to talk about her project a little bit and what your team did to address the project opportunity.
Well, I wasn't there for their initial presentation of the project, but the next day I came back to school and I got told that they would like it if I would do this project with Sandia National Labs about a bomb. I was like, what can I do with a bomb at school other than get myself in trouble?
Yes.
So the project was explained to me in the fact that we needed to design something that will carry the bomb to whatever location that they wanted to have it at. Initially, we envisioned some form of table to set it on using some form of tie-down. But then I looked at the list of requirements in which we could only have the bomb touch certain areas, we had to be able to move it certain ways, like you said, up an incline. And then we had to pay attention to the center of gravity to make sure that it wouldn't fall or the table wouldn't break. Our first design was nothing like the one we have right here. It ended up being a table, and it didn't have any rails for you to hold on to. So we changed it to where you could walk with it, and you could tie the bomb down so it wouldn't fall over. And eventually, for our final presentation, they came down and we presented it, and they said it was a fairly good idea for the amount of time we had. It was about 3 months that we worked on it. There were so many requirements we had to meet that it showed me what an actual engineering job would be like, and made me want to go into engineering even more because I like the critical thinking factor.
Trish, build me a question. What percentage of engineers in the United States are female? And build that, I don't know if you need a yes, no, or above. Just give us different percentages. Can you do that? Sure. 25, 35, 50.
Percentage.
Oh, just put a number. Okay, can you? What percentage of engineers in the United States are female gender? And so this is an example. Did you hear the vocabulary? Did you hear the articulation? Did you hear the confidence in the voice? All those things are part of the putting it all together, the environment and opportunity. They had to stand, and we filmed them. You're going to see it in just a minute. And when you stick a camera in front of somebody, we're sitting in front of a camera. It puts a different, you know what the number one fear in the heart of man is? It's not dying. It's public speaking. Well, you put a movie camera in front of those, and it really adds that pressure. These kids did a great job with that. What is that? Okay, so how do they react? How do they click?
Just choose a number.
Put in a number answer for the percentage that you think correct, and then hit send.
So while that's calculating, would you mind if I jump in?
Please.
This is, to me, so very, very exciting to hear high school students energized by science, technology, engineering, and math. And let me tell you why. I, of course, represent Lockheed Martin and the aerospace industry. So when you think about the aerospace industry today, what many of you may not realize is literally today, 25% of the aerospace industry workforce could retire. When I look at Lockheed Martin, what you probably don't realize is 70% of my workforce is 40 and older. Then to kind of play with the numbers a little bit more, when I look out from between now and about 2020, just from retirements alone, I could lose 90,000. It's pretty huge. So then you look at kind of what the numbers are going into colleges of engineering and studying the things that are of relevance to us. And of course, those numbers are dwindling. The competition for talent is increasing. And then the other factor you have to put in there is the fact that Lockheed Martin is the #1 hirer of engineers off campus. In fact, we hire about 5% of the engineers off campus. So the importance to us of ensuring that we have that science and technology pipeline is absolutely critical, and it's the why that I'm here today and the why many of us are doing what we're doing. So I am just thrilled to hear this, and I just had to jump in and say that.
Well, thank you very much.
And I will say, I want to add something about Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin has endorsed and partnered with Project Lead the Way, and we count them as one of our most powerful and beloved partners. And the aerospace engineering course, that is one of the specialty courses, as with all the courses, every 3 years it's up for evaluation and review, tear it apart, put it back together, and see what our partners say. What do we have to do to this to make it cutting edge? Well, the first course was designed by NASA engineers because they came to us and said, you have to do that. Now it's up for review, and Lockheed Martin has stepped up and said, it's our turn. We are going to fund the review of this curriculum. So publicly, I have to say to Lockheed Martin, thank you for keeping our curriculum absolutely the top quality. So
Absolutely. Thank you, Kim. Trish, we have an answer? Or is it done? And I talked to UNM last week to get a definitive answer to this question. So I think I have the correct answer. Well, I can't, what is it? So how did you group them, Trish?
The top 5 answers. What is the correct answer?
Correct answer is about 25% of the engineers across the nation are female.
yeah, you're right.
So that's not too bad. Notice we didn't get much higher than 25%. What was that next group of answers? What that was that 30s? In the 30 group? 20. Yeah, to the right though. To the right it was 30.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty, you were pretty in the ballpark. And what our efforts, again, part of our planks of what we're doing is trying to improve that gender population. I tell my girls, I say, the engineering field has been dominated by males, and we have screwed a lot of things up. And we've done a lot of good things too, but we need the female perspective to step to the table and up to the board to solve problems in ways that, frankly, I don't think we as men can do.
And Paul, I will say, on the flight here last night, I sat next to a woman who is an engineer and has her own company, and they do environmental and sustainability engineering, and she is having an absolute blast. Her whole staff is all female engineers.
Fantastic.
So there's